Hey everybody, it's Miss Elizabeth from the J.C. Ralston Arboretum with this week's virtual garden story time. This week we're going to talk about birds. I've been hearing from a lot of my friends and neighbors about how this time at home they've been able to sit on their porch or look out the window and see all the different birds that visit their gardens. So I know in our yard we have a bunch of robins and cardinals. I actually saw my first hummingbird this morning, so I'm excited to see more of those. And even every once in a while at night, we hear an owl hooting. So I thought it would be fun for this week's story time to talk about birds. So we're gonna read Birds by Kevin Henkes. We're gonna do a fun bird quiz to see how many birds you might know, and then make a bird kite. Let's go. Birds by Kevin Henkes. In the morning, I hear birds singing through the open window. Birds can be yellow or blue or brown or red or even green, I think. Sometimes they are so black that you can't see their eyes or their feathers, just their shapes. Birds can be big or little, or any size in between. Once I saw 7 birds on a telephone wire. They didn't move, and they didn't move, and they didn't move. I looked away for just a second, and they were gone. If birds made marks with their tail feathers when they flew, think what the sky would look like. If clouds were birds, the sky would look like this, or this. Sometimes in winter, a bird in a tree looks like one red leaf left over. If there are lots of birds in one tree and they all fly away at the same time, it looks like the tree yelled, "Surprise!" If I were a bird, I'd ask where all the other birds go when it's stormy and they can't get home to their nest. I like to pretend I'm a bird. I can't really fly, but I can do this. I can sing. The end. Let's see how many birds we can guess what they are. Have you seen this bird maybe in your neighborhood or your backyard? Do you think it's a dove or a bluebird or a goose or a goldfinch? Did you guess a bluebird? That's what it is. How about this little guy? Have you seen him in your yard? Do you think it's a tufted titmouse or a chickadee, a woodpecker, or a hummingbird? It's a tufted titmouse. Looks like he's got a seed in his mouth. How about this pretty red bird? Have you seen any of them around? Do you think it's a blue jay, a cardinal, a goldfinch, or a robin? It's the northern cardinal. It's also the North Carolina state bird. How about this guy? Have you ever seen one of these in your garden? Do you think it's a crow, an owl, a hummingbird, or a cardinal? It's the hummingbird. Who do you think this is? A woodpecker, an owl, a brown thrasher, or a hawk? If you guessed a hawk, you would have been right. Someone's got a worm. Do you think it's a robin, a dove, a house finch, or a crow? It's the American robin. The early bird got the worm. This little guy's perched up on top of a seed. In eating seeds from the flower, who do you think it is? You think it's a woodpecker, a heron, a blue jay, or a goldfinch? I think the color gives it away. It's the American goldfinch. Now this pretty bird, do you think it's a house finch, or a dove, a seagull, or a crow? It's the mourning dove. How about this brown bird? Do you think it's the brown thrasher, a chickadee, a pigeon, or a pelican? It's the brown thrasher. Ooh, this is a pretty one. Is it a mockingbird, a blue jay, a goose, or a chickadee? It's the blue jay. Great job, everybody. Hope you've seen some of these birds in your backyard and now you'll know what they are. Today we're going to make a bird kite together. It can be any color bird that you want. This is where you get to get creative. Mine was pink with a red and orange tail. So to make the bird kite, you need a few supplies. You need a piece of 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. You need a stapler, either a pencil or a marker or a crayon, a pair of scissors, hole punch, a couple of pieces of paper to make feathers, a triangle piece for the beak, some string, and some glue. To get started, you're going to take your piece of paper, you're going to fold it in half so that it's like a book. And then you're going to take one end and fold it back to the crease. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. It almost looks like you're making a paper airplane. Now that you've got those folded over there, sort of pinch it up here and use your stapler and staple those down so that they stay where you've got them. Then after that, on the back side of the wings, away from the front, you're going to make a hole. Now we get to add the beak. Oh, actually, let's do the eye first, right? So make your eye for your bird, and don't forget to put one on the other side too. So now your bird has eyes. And then we're going to take the beak and slide it right in here, and that's when you're going to use your glue. And fit your beak in there. So now your bird has a beak. So now we're going to cut out some tail feathers. And you can make as many tail feathers as you want, and you can make them different colors or all the same color. I'm going to make 3 orange ones because that's the color paper that I had. And feathers sort of have like an oval shape, so we'll give them sort of an oval shape to them. And then we're gonna put these on the other end of our bird. And you can sort of arrange them to make them look however you want, coming out of the back of your bird. So now we have our bird. We just need our string to make it a kite. And then we're going to tie the string right into the hole. You can practice your knots or have a grown-up help you or an older sibling help you do your knot. You can't get it to knot for you. And I'm going to do a couple of knots just so that my string doesn't come loose when I'm flying the bird kite. But then you have your string, and then after your glue has dried for your beak and your feathers, you can take it for a flight. Have fun!